If you think about it, menstrual blood is actually the purest form of blood there is. I mean, it is the blood where life begins from. It is the first blood that the baby receives. So, when something so pure as a baby is made out of that blood, then how can that blood be impure? Hi, this is RGV and you're watching RGV Love, where I believe you can fly if you try hard enough. Did you know our goddesses are said to menstruate as well? In fact, it is believed that Mother Earth too needs a week's break to rejuvenate herself. In Kamakya temple of Assam and parts of Orissa, in fact, a whole festival is celebrated during monsoon seasons to celebrate this menstrual period of the goddesses. What we don't understand now is that why is menstruation such a taboo subject in India right now? Did you know that a lot of historians believe that the red color, the auspicious red color that we use for pujas and everything actually depicts this fertility of the woman. It depicts this menstrual cycle. Then why? What happened? I mean, we're the 21st century people. What went wrong? How did we lose such pure thoughts in the middle? Why did menstrual become a taboo in the first place? Did you know women on their periods are said to have special powers? Yes, our ancient history says that. The Indian ancient history says that. The women were actually kept in separate huts called moon huts. Moon huts because it is said that in ancient times, the menstrual cycle was controlled by the moon. So it was a 28-day cycle and every single woman used to menstruate at the same time. So when the women used to menstruate, they used to be put in separate huts called the moon huts because they were so powerful at that time that they could cause harm to other people. Okay, in all honesty, the reason they probably did this was to kind of avoid predators. If you're a girl and if you've had your periods, you know how irritating dogs get around you, and they kind of get to know that you're on your periods. They sniff around you. And dogs are pretty much harmless, right? I mean, it's probably a pet who's just sniffing. But imagine you living in a forest, in a village where there are other predators way more dangerous than your pet dog. Imagine they are able to sniff and come to the human dwelling, and how dangerous would that be, right? So that is why what the ancient people did was women who are menstruating were kept in huts that was safe, in a safe place away from the predators, so that the predators could not smell the woman and come and attack them. So that is kind of how the whole pratha of keeping menstrual women separate from the rest of the household started. And in today's world, you don't even need to do that. We don't have predators around. I mean, human beings are the biggest predators right now. Another reason for letting women stay separately was probably so that they didn't have to do any tedious household work. I mean, imagine you being on your period cramps and doing chakka piecing and getting water from the well and doing all that hard work that ancient women used to do. It's not possible. So the best way to avoid doing household work is to not be in the house. If you're not around, nobody will tell you to do any work. So probably the reason that the women were restricted from the kitchen was so that they could get rest. The first few days of periods are like really bad, okay? I mean, you get cramps, you get cranky, it's bad, okay? And imagine doing so much work on top of that. So just to give rest to women and to ensure that the men do household work, the women were sent on like a 3-day vacation in their moon huts. Of course, now with the availability of microwaves and takeouts, it's kind of not necessary for the women to not enter the kitchen. And this whole practice of keeping ladies out or not letting you enter the kitchen and stuff like that has kind of become irritating rather than helpful. As to why you can't worship God, the simplest reason that I could find was that human beings are made of energy. They are surrounded by energy. We receive energy, we give out energy. And when women are menstruating, they are a lot more susceptible to giving out energy and receiving energy. So temples back in the ancient times even now are extremely crowded. So if a woman goes to a crowded place and she's being susceptible, she can get a lot of energy from that place. She might even end up getting a lot of negative energy. So imagine receiving negative energy in huge amounts. That's not really good for you. So that's kind of why they banned women from coming to temples, so that they would not get like negative effects. The other factor that a lot of people say is that because women are at such a higher peak energy level at that time, if a woman asks God for something when they're menstruating, that wish kind of comes true because her energy level is so high that she's closer to God. So if you go to a temple, and if a menstruating woman would go to a temple and pray for something, then everybody else's wishes would not be heard, and only that woman's wish would be heard, which is logical in a way, I don't know. Anyways, the point is, there's nothing to be ashamed of being on your periods, or being down, or being menstruating or menstruation. There's absolutely nothing wrong. And ancient India was not afraid of menstruating women, or did not make this a taboo subject. So what went wrong with the 21st century? Girls, stop being embarrassed or thinking that you're impure. You are at your purest most when you're menstruating, okay? Anyways, if you are a girl or a boy, and if you truly believe that being on a period is nothing to be ashamed of, give this video a big thumbs up. Share this video with your friends to make them understand, dude, there is nothing wrong with the girl on her periods, okay? Next time, see ya.